nor ever shall be. 22. And except, listen now, except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved. Ain't nobody in the earth gonna be saved if God don't shorten the days of his saints. This is the beginning of Revelation. So nobody is gonna be saved. Nobody gonna be saved. Now listen, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's happening right now, saints of God. This is not a future, this is happening right now. And it says, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. See, anybody that's telling you, come see Christ, the Bible said what? Believe it not. Know that these are liars. Jesus is not here. Jesus, the only time he's coming back is to rapture his church. And the second time he's coming back, he gonna rapture us in the air. But when Jesus coming back, he's coming back to fight. It's called the Armageddon War. That's the final war between God and Satan. And Satan, this is during the time that Satan's gonna be put in the bottomless pit. The Bible says for 1,000 years, and God's going to put the angel to put a seal on it so he can't get out. So for 1,000 years, he's going to be falling in the bottomless pit. That's why it's a bottomless pit, because there's no end to it. So he's going to fall for 1,000 years. After the 1,000 years is up, the Bible said the Lord will tell the angel to let him out. When he come out, the Bible says he's going into the four corners of the earth. That means he's going into the south, the north, the east, and the west, and he's going to gather together all of his nations. The Germans, the Chinese, the Japanese, everybody that belongs to him. The mountain is called Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel is the same mountain that David committed suicide on. Come on now, y'all ain't working with me. It's the same mountain, and they're coming to fight the Israelites. They're coming to destroy them. The Bible says God is going to send fire from heaven and going to consume them all. The devil going to be taken up the place in hell, where he's going to be tormented day and night forever. The last enemy of God that shall die is death. This is what the Bible says he's going to do. He's going to go. Now God going to rid him. Now the earth is going to be destroyed. The earth is going to be destroyed. The earth is going to be done away with. The heavens above the earth is going to be done away with. Why is that, Bishop? Because it's corroded from nothing but sin. The earth is contaminated by sin of man. The heavens are contained by sin. So God got to destroy it. So John said, I saw a new earth and a new heaven coming down from God's glory. And there's going to be no sin in that earth, and there's going to not be no sins in that heaven. God got to do away with the earth. That's why he can't let us live here. We can't live here because it's contaminated. And by it already being contaminated, it'll contaminate us again. So God got to do away with sin. Won't be no more sin. He going to wipe away all our tears. Your loved ones, all of your loved ones that died, you're not going to remember any of that. Does somebody want to ask me a question? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are you going to remember your loved ones in heaven, your mother and your father, your sisters and your brothers? Are you going to remember them in heaven?
I have a question about the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't mean to get off subject. I had met someone that did not want to associate with people because they were Israelites. Like, are they different from every denomination? Is that the problem, or what is it? Because there was a person, and there were other bishops. They don't like the word bishop. They don't like certain stuff. So I wanted to know, what are Israelites? Are they like different, totally different?
Well, the Israelites, the real Israelites, not the one that call themselves Israelites, the blacks, but the Israelites were the people of God.
Okay.
They were God's chosen people. Those were the only ones that God chose. Anybody that's was not an Israelite is a Gentile. Gentiles were heathen people. And in the beginning, salvation was not for us because of all the stuff that we did. Idol worship, break the commandments, wouldn't obey. See, and that's why come God didn't want them to mingle with us. But because of the way they were so rebellious, God found some Gentiles more loyal and faithful than them. So God brought salvation. This is how we ended up with salvation. God brought salvation to us. These people walking around, they ain't no Israelites. They are not Israelites. I don't care what they say, what they put around their head. They put on the turbans they want. They are not Israelites. You're a Gentile. There's only two races of people. The only people God come to save was Israelite. It speaks of it in the Bible. So how you an Israelite? Who made you an Israelite? Where you come from? Just because he say he an Israelite don't mean he's an Israelite. Amen. The Jews. You ain't Jewish because Israelites are Jews. That's who Israelites are, Jews. And that's who Jesus came to save. Jesus was Jew. He wasn't no Gentile. That's only two races of people I see in the Bible. Gentile, because the Bible talks about the Gentiles, amen, and it talks about the Israelites. It talks about the Hebrews. All of them the same people. So where they get where they come from? What Gentile tribe are you from? Because you wasn't one of the people that was chosen. They were chosen by God. They were chosen to serve him. And God promised that he would bless them. It's all in the Bible. I don't see none of these so-called Jews and Muslims that claim to be the true Israelite. Who made you an Israelite? And what truth is about you? So they claim. These are claims they made. Because there ain't but two people. Just like people go around saying there were people before Adam and Eve. Where were they at? Who created them? They say that. They say before Adam and Eve, there was another race of people. Listen, y'all. When Cain killed his brother, right? God punished Cain. Cain told God, if you send me out there. See, these were still the descendants of Adam and Eve. They started inhabiting the earth after they were born, and after a certain time they left the nest, just like your children leave the day when they get a certain age, they leave you and the father. And they go out, they make a family, then when they grow up, they leave their mother. That's how this was done. It ain't nothing different. So remember, do you remember something Cain said? Cain told God, if you send me out there, they're gonna kill me. These were his brothers and sisters because of what he had done to his brother Cain. Now, nobody you have ever heard of in the world had ever did any murder. Remember when God punished them for the sins that they committed, and he told the woman, he said, woman, he said, I should put enmity between thy seed and his seed. He was talking about the devil. He said, and thy seed shall bruise his heel, and thy seed shall crush his head. That was between Jesus and Satan. And Cain was the seed of the evil one that God was talking about. And Abel was the king, the child of the righteous one who represented Jesus. That's how Jesus was originally supposed to come into the earth, through that lineage. So what the devil did was have Cain kill him, so that he was trying to stop Jesus from ever coming. Y'all keep believing the devil don't know nothing. People talking about he don't know nothing. Talking about you can pray and the devil don't know what you're praying. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because the Bible even said he hinders our prayers from going to heaven. So what are you talking about? He don't know what you're praying. Go into the Bible. He hindered Paul them prayer. When they prayed, he hindered their prayer, the Bible said. So how you figure the devil can't hear you pray? He know. He was in the garden when he made me. He was right there. Remember, he had already been kicked out of heaven. So he was in the garden when God made me. He know everything God put in me. And he was right there when God made the woman. That's why he went to the woman instead of coming to the man, because he saw softness in her that he could get to. That's still today, y'all. That ain't going nowhere. Women still have that softness, and men know it. That's why you find a lot of men talk about, oh yeah, I can get her. I know what's in her already. They specialize, the devil specialized in knowing what's in us. He didn't go to the man, he went to the weaker vessel. He told the man to love the wife, for she's a weaker vessel. So the Israelites, they ain't no Israelites. They are not Israelites. If they are, they ain't none of the Israelites of Jesus. I hear that message pass on by, and then they stand there with bodyguard in the front like this. with camouflage pants and stuff on, like they got gorillas or somebody. When did Jesus have to have a bodyguard? When did anybody defend Jesus? When did anybody step in front of him? He didn't let nobody do nothing for him. Why are you scared? Why do I mean, Bishop Adams, why you got 15 bodyguards?